Ever wondered why some people stay calm while the rest of us are stressed out all the time? In rural America, there's a community with half the suicide rate of regular Americans and way less anxiety and depression. They don't use therapy or expensive treatments. Tonight, we're revealing the 10 simple secrets the Amish use to stay peaceful in our chaotic world. Secret 1. No phones. The Amish don't use phones, computers, or TVs. No social media. No news alerts. No constant buzzing in their pockets. This gives their brains a break that most people never get. Think about it. When was the last time you went a whole day without checking your phone? That constant noise in our heads creates stress we don't even realize we have. Secret 2. Moving slowly. The Amish travel by horse and buggy, not cars. They walk to most places. This forces them to slow down and notice things around them. No rushing from place to place. No road rage. No traffic stress. When you can't speed up, you have to accept a slower pace of life. This naturally lowers stress hormones and makes you more aware of your surroundings instead of always rushing to the next thing. Secret 3. Candlelight nights. The Amish light their homes with candles and oil lamps after dark. No bright electric lights keeping them awake. Candlelight is soft and calming, telling their brains it's time to rest. This helps them sleep better because their bodies follow natural day and night cycles. Bright lights at night trick our brains into thinking it's still daytime, making us anxious and keeping us awake. The Amish avoid this problem completely by using only gentle light sources that help them wind down naturally. Secret 4. Working together. When an Amish family needs help, the whole community shows up. Building a barn? Everyone comes with tools. Harvesting crops? Neighbors pitch in. Cooking for a wedding? All the women help. They have a saying, "Many hands make light work." This shared work approach takes pressure off individuals and builds strong friendships. Instead of feeling alone with big problems, they know help is always available. Modern people often struggle alone with tasks that would be easy with help. The Amish never feel isolated because work becomes social time. They focus completely on what they're doing instead of juggling multiple things at once. This creates a calm, steady way of getting things done without the panic and overwhelm that comes from trying to do everything by yourself. Physical work with friends releases feel-good chemicals in the brain that naturally fight stress and depression. Secret 5. Being thankful. The Amish focus on being grateful for what they have instead of worrying about what they don't have. Every day they notice small things to appreciate: a good meal, healthy animals, family together. This isn't just positive thinking. It actually changes how their brains work. When you practice gratitude regularly, your brain gets better at noticing good things instead of always looking for problems. Stop and think about the smallest things you usually ignore: having clean water, a warm bed, or even just a toothbrush. The Amish train themselves to see these everyday items as gifts instead of taking them for granted. This daily habit of noticing good things reduces worry and creates more happiness. When problems come up, grateful people handle them better because they remember all the things that are still going right in their lives. This simple practice costs nothing but changes everything. Secret 6. One thing. The Amish do one task at a time and give it their full attention. No multitasking, no jumping between different jobs. When they're milking cows, that's all they're doing. When they're cooking dinner, they're not also checking messages or watching television. This complete focus makes them more efficient and less stressed. Modern people constantly switch between tasks, which exhausts the brain and creates anxiety. Your mind works better when it can concentrate on just one thing, instead of being pulled in different directions. The Amish have discovered that doing less actually gets more done. They finish each job completely before starting the next one. This creates a sense of accomplishment and calm that multitasking never provides. When you give something your full attention, you do it better and enjoy it more. This focused approach prevents the scattered, overwhelmed feeling that comes from trying to do everything at once. Secret 7. Following nature. The Amish wake up when the sun rises and go to bed when it gets dark. They work harder in summer and rest more in winter. This natural rhythm keeps their bodies and minds in balance. Modern people fight against these natural cycles with artificial lights and climate control, which creates stress. Your body has an internal clock that expects light during the day and darkness at night. When you mess with this system, it affects your mood, energy, and stress levels. The Amish spend lots of time outside, getting fresh air and sunshine. They garden, care for animals, and do physical work outdoors. This connection to nature and weather patterns keeps them grounded and calm. Being outside reduces stress hormones and improves mental health. The changing seasons give them natural variety and prevent boredom. They accept that some times are for working hard and others are for resting, instead of trying to stay constantly busy. Secret 8. Real conversations. The Amish spend evenings talking with family and friends face to face. No television distracting them, no phones interrupting, just people actually listening to each other and sharing their thoughts. They tell stories, discuss their day, and solve problems together. This creates deep connections that help everyone feel supported and understood. Real conversation is different from texting or social media. When you look at someone's face and hear their voice, it releases chemicals in your brain that make you feel good and reduce stress. The Amish stay home most nights instead of running around to different activities. This gives them consistent time to strengthen family relationships and friendships. Having people who really know you and care about you is one of the best protections against stress and depression. Strong relationships provide emotional support during hard times and multiply joy during good times. Quality time with loved ones is better than any stress medicine. Secret 9. Using hands. The Amish do physical work with their hands instead of using machines for everything. They wash dishes by hand, knead bread dough, and rake leaves with real rakes. This manual work provides natural stress relief and gives them a sense of accomplishment. Physical activity releases chemicals in your brain that fight depression and anxiety. Working with your hands is especially calming because it's repetitive and meditative. The Amish can see the results of their work immediately. Clean dishes, fresh bread, neat yards. This creates satisfaction that office work often lacks. Modern people miss out on this stress relief when machines do everything for them. Handwork also builds strength and skills that boost confidence. The Amish know they can take care of themselves and their families without depending on technology or other people. This self-reliance reduces anxiety about the future. Simple tasks like washing dishes or folding clothes can become relaxing when you focus on them completely. Secret 10. Accepting limits. The Amish are happy with what they have instead of always wanting more. They accept the natural limits of their land, seasons, and community without fighting against them. One Amish farmer was offered $6 million for his farm but turned it down because he was already content with his life. This acceptance eliminates the stress that comes from constantly trying to get ahead or have more. Modern culture teaches us to never be satisfied, always push for more money, bigger houses, and better things. This creates endless anxiety because there's always something else to want. The Amish have learned that happiness comes from appreciating what you already have, not from getting new things. They understand that some things can't be changed, so they don't waste energy fighting reality. This acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means working with natural limitations instead of against them. Peace comes from knowing when you have enough. Secret 11. Early bedtime. The Amish go to bed early and wake up early, usually sleeping by 9 p.m. and rising at 5 a.m. This consistent sleep schedule keeps their bodies and minds in perfect balance. Modern people stay up late watching television or scrolling phones, then feel tired and cranky the next day. The Amish avoid this problem by following a regular bedtime routine. Going to bed at the same time every night trains your body to naturally feel sleepy when it's time to rest. Waking up early gives them quiet time to start the day peacefully instead of rushing around in a panic. Early risers also get the best hours of natural sunlight, which boosts mood and energy. Quality sleep is like a reset button for stress and anxiety. When you're well rested, problems seem smaller and easier to handle. The Amish understand that good sleep is the foundation for a peaceful day. This simple habit costs nothing but improves everything. Secret 12. Simple clothes. The Amish wear the same style of simple clothes every day. Men wear dark pants, plain shirts, and suspenders. Women wear long dresses in solid colors with aprons. This eliminates the daily stress of choosing what to wear and removes pressure to keep up with fashion trends. Modern people waste mental energy every morning deciding on outfits and spend money they don't have on clothes they don't need. The Amish focus on function over fashion, choosing comfortable, practical clothing that lasts for years. Their simple wardrobe also prevents the anxiety that comes from comparing yourself to others or worrying about appearance. When everyone dresses similarly, there's no competition or judgment about clothes. This reduces social pressure and allows people to focus on character instead of appearance. Having fewer clothing choices actually creates more freedom because it removes one daily decision. The Amish prove that simplicity in dress leads to simplicity in life and less stress overall. Saying no. The Amish are really good at saying no to things that don't matter. They don't take on too many commitments or try to do everything that comes their way. Instead, they focus on what's truly important: family, community, and their faith. Learning to say no is one of the hardest but most important skills for reducing stress. Modern people often say yes to everything and then feel overwhelmed and exhausted. The Amish automatically filter out activities that don't align with their values. They don't feel guilty about missing events or opportunities that would pull them away from their priorities. This selective approach protects their time and energy for the things that really matter. When you say no to good things, you have space to say yes to the best things. The Amish have built-in boundaries that prevent overcommitment. They choose depth over breadth, focusing on fewer things but doing them well. Home cooking. The Amish cook most of their meals from scratch at home. They grow their own vegetables, preserve food for winter, and rarely eat at restaurants. This home cooking creates routine and stability that reduces daily stress. Making food at home eliminates decisions about where to eat and what to order. The Amish know exactly what they're eating because they prepared it themselves. Cooking becomes a calming activity, not a chore. The repetitive motions of chopping, stirring, and kneading are relaxing and meditative. The good smells and tastes engage your senses in positive ways. Eating together as a family creates connection time without distractions. Home-cooked meals are usually healthier, which supports stable moods and energy levels. The Amish also save money by cooking at home, reducing financial stress. Having skills to feed yourself and your family builds confidence and reduces anxiety about the future. Simple food preparation becomes a form of self-care and stress relief. Quiet reading. The Amish love to read books during their free time. Reading takes them to different places and gives their minds a peaceful break from daily concern. Unlike watching television or scrolling phones, reading requires focus but doesn't overstimulate the brain. Books provide entertainment without the flashing lights and loud sounds that create stress. Reading also expands knowledge and understanding, which helps people feel more confident and capable. The Amish often read together as families, taking turns or sharing stories. This creates shared experiences and conversations. Reading before bed is especially calming because it helps the mind transition from the busyness of the day to peaceful sleep. Books engage imagination in gentle ways that reduce anxiety and worry. The quiet concentration required for reading trains the mind to focus and be present instead of racing with anxious thoughts. This simple pleasure provides restoration and peace without requiring money or technology. Being content. The Amish teach their children to be happy with what they have instead of always wanting more stuff. They don't waste time worrying about things they can't control or change. This mindset prevents a lot of stress and anxiety that comes from constantly comparing yourself to others or wishing your life was different. Contentment doesn't mean giving up or not working to improve things. It means being at peace with your current situation while working toward reasonable goals. The Amish focus on collecting good memories and relationships instead of collecting material things. They understand that happiness comes from inside, not from buying more products. This simple wisdom eliminates the stress of keeping up with others or trying to impress people. When you're content with what you have, you can enjoy the present moment instead of always worrying about the future. Peace comes from accepting your life as it is, while making gradual improvements. These 10 simple secrets show that peaceful living doesn't require expensive treatments or complicated methods. The Amish stay calm using basic practices anyone can try. Their depression rates are much lower than average Americans, proving these methods really work. If you want more simple tips for reducing stress and finding peace, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for life-changing wisdom from traditional communities.